Hey YouTube, it's Justin, aka Demonic Sweaters, here with another video. Today we're going to be doing something a lot of fun. A lot of you came to my channel because of the Alesis Nitro Mesh, and that is a very popular product that I know a lot of you searched for, and you found me because of that product. And I used to have one sitting right here, and yes, you'll notice that it's no longer there. And what is there right now is a Tama Club Jam Mini with the add-on pack, which I've done a few videos about, which have also been pretty popular as well. However, what I plan on doing with this thing, and actually what I'm going to be doing in this video, is actually converting this kit to an electronic kit using the Alesis Nitro Mesh module. So that was always the plan. Basically, I wanted to get one of these, but I didn't really have anywhere to put it, and so I was like, well, if I get it, I have to get rid of one of my other sets. So the choice was to get rid of my Imperial Star Bop or the Nitro Mesh. So I picked the Nitro Mesh, but I figured I would turn this one into another Nitro Mesh, even though it's going to be a totally different drum set, but all the sounds will be from the Nitro module, and basically I can still do the programming tutorials and all that stuff. My kit will just look different. But other than that, it should be about the same. Now, hopefully this all works. I haven't actually tried this yet, but I'm going to go through basically step by step as to how I'm going to convert this kit over to electronic and all the parts that I'm going to be using. I have a couple of parts that are still on order. So let me switch over to showing you all the parts that I'm going to use first, and then we'll get to the actual conversion and see how it goes. Oh, and by the way, if you like these kind of videos and you want to support what I do, check out my record label, anthillrecordings.bandcamp.com. All the music I make is on there, and it helps me out if you download and purchase something from there. You can become a member of the CDR Club and get CDs sent to you in the mail. Or another way you can help me out is just by streaming my music on any of the streaming music services. Just search Demonic Sweaters and you'll find me. Or just subscribe to my channel and watch videos here. All of that is good. So anyway, here we go. Okay, so here are all the parts that I have so far. So what I'm going to be doing first is swapping out the heads with all Aquarian mesh heads. These are just the simple single-ply Aquarian mesh heads. You can see them here. Just basically a white mesh head, but they should work. They were on sale, so that's why I went with those. And I also have a couple of Pintech TC series cymbals here. This is going to be my hi-hat. This is a 10-inch, and there's going to be links for all this stuff down below. The 10-inch is actually pretty cheap. Well, they're both pretty cheap, actually. And then I have a 14-inch here, which is going to be my ride. Now, what is still on order is I have two Pintech PC series cymbals that are on order that are going to be my crashes. So they're not here yet. So in this video, we're just going to be doing ride and hi-hat for now. And then for the actual triggers themselves, I have the D-Drum Red Shot triggers, and I'll show you how to install these as we do it. And then, as you can see here, I have the Alesis Nitro module. You can pick these up separately without buying the actual mesh kit, which is what I did on this one. And then it came with the cable snake included, as well as the power adapter. So that's all the stuff. So now I just have to put it all on there. Oh, sorry for my camera strap falling in front of the lens. I have to just put it all on there, and we'll see how it goes. Here we go. Okay, so here's the mesh head, here's the trigger. So the way that this works is you basically just put the mesh head on the same way you would any other head. And then for the trigger, it goes over one of the lugs. Basically the lug holds it on, or not over the lug, but the lug holds it on. So if we put our rim, and I think I'm gonna put mine, let's see, where should I position it? I can always move this if I don't end up liking it, but I think I'm gonna go with it over here next to the strainer, because I usually keep my strainer away from my leg. Some people like it close to the front so they can flip it on and off. I like it away from me because I tend to scratch it with my knee if it's too close. So then I'm just going to put this through here like that. Ooh, actually I should take into consideration where that cable's going to go. So maybe I shouldn't have it that close. Maybe I should move it to the other one over here. Let's put it on this one. So we'll just tighten those up, get all the lugs in place here. And what's great about this too is, you know, if I want to go out and play out again with this kit, all I have to do is just swap the heads out. I'm not doing any permanent changes to the drums. And this will also make the drum silent, so I won't be bothering my neighbors. Now, the only thing I'm a little concerned about is the triggering responsiveness in the Nitro module, because there's not a lot of adjustments you can make on that module as far as trigger adjustments. So hopefully they will work good enough to where the little adjustments that I can do within the module affect the trigger enough to get some reliable triggering. And now as far as tuning, I think it's kind of a matter of personal preference, but of course this lug is also going to affect your pressure of your trigger there. And that's how loud it is, which is not loud at all. All right. Sounds pretty cool. Actually, I'll probably turn the snare off. Well, actually, that makes it louder. Anyway, so now I just have to do it to the rest of the drums. I won't bore you with showing you that in the video. I'm just going to go ahead and do this and then come back afterwards. Okay, real quick, I just wanted to mention on the bass drum here, I had to use a longer tension rod because the tension rod that came on the Club Jam Mini was actually not long enough to go through this little washer here for the trigger and to make it to the lug. So luckily I already had one laying around that was just long enough. And a couple other things too. Back up here. My module, stupid straps. My module, I'm basically attaching to the hi-hat stand with one of these clamps right here. So I'm just putting that down through there like that. And that should work just fine. And then the last thing I forgot to mention was for the hi-hat. I'm using this I'm going to try to use this Go eDrum hi-hat controller. And the way this works is it just goes right on a regular hi-hat stand like this. Just put this down here like this. And then you put your hi-hat cymbal on top of that, and then with the clutch, and then when you push down, it pushes down this little controller thingy. Now this, it does have a 1/4 inch output, so I'm going to have to use an adapter for that to make that work on my mesh, or my Nitro module. For some reason, the Nitro uses an 1/8 inch plug for the hi-hat controller and 1/4 inch for everything else. I don't really know why, but that's just how they did it. So I'm going to have to use an adapter on that. And other than that, I have everything else hooked up. So I'm going to hook up the module and the hi-hat controller and everything. We'll see how it goes. All right, everybody. I got it all hooked up, but unfortunately, it is not working very well. First off, this Go eDrum hi-hat controller is hot garbage. It just does not work well at all. I thought it would be okay. I saw Justin from 65 Drums do a video on one. He seemed to have better results with it than I am. But this thing just triggers all over the place, complete random nonsense. It just seems to not be able to do anything right. And I did as many adjustments as I can, within the module, just to try to fix it, but it doesn't seem to help. The actual cymbals are fine. And I already knew the Pintech cymbals work pretty good. The D-drum triggers seem to work okay, though I am getting quite a bit of double triggers. But if I cover, if I stop the vibration with my hand on the head and hit it like that, then it triggers good. So I think I may be able to fix that by possibly either using some double-ply mesh heads or putting some foam or something inside the drum to stop the vibration completely. The kick drum works really good. That's the only one that doesn't seem to have any kind of issues whatsoever. The toms and the snare are all kind of, you know, double triggering, but they're not as bad as the hi-hat. The hi-hat is the absolute worst thing. So I really don't know what I'm going to do about that just yet. I may move back to just, you know, keeping the hi-hat cymbal on a stand and then using a standard, you know, Nitro mesh foot controller for the hi-hat. If I continue with this project, I'm not sure at this point if I want to keep sinking money into this. I don't know. I may... What do you guys think? It's really... Well, I'm going to show you a little bit of the playing before the end of this video, or as the video finishes, so you guys can kind of make up your mind if you think I should continue working on this, or my other option was, because I have such a... Or my other idea was, because I have such a tiny drum rehearsal room that you've all seen if you watch my channel, where my Imperial Star is currently, I was thinking on moving this kit over to that room because it's so small. I actually would have a little more space in there if I used this drum set instead of my Imperial Star, and putting regular heads on it and stuff like that too. And then as far as the electronic drums, I don't really know what I would do. I would probably sell off a lot of this other stuff that I'm not using and return what I can, and possibly get a different electronic kit or not. I don't really know yet. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Post the comments down below. You know, I kind of want to, you know, I don't want to get rid of this set because I really like this Tama Club Jam, and I want to use it one way or another if I'm using it as an electronic kit, or just moving it over to my drum rooms and using it as an acoustic set, which I don't know. I just have no idea what to do at this point. I'm a little frustrated, honestly. It's disappointing that it doesn't work better than this. But let me go ahead and show you guys kind of the train wreck of how this thing performs with a little bit of playing, and you can hear what I'm talking about. So here we go. I'm going to play a little bit, and that'll just be the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe, click like, bell icon, blah, blah, blah. See you guys next time.